Hey, David Wygant here with the 10-minute daily reality check. Today we are going to slap you in the ass, literally, verbally. Today we're going to talk about something. What the fuck is a love blueprint? I'm sorry, I cursed. That's right. Because I seriously believe that people should stop fucking and start blueprinting. Because too many of you are being dick-matized and pussy-matized and getting into these relationships so quickly and getting clouded by your judgment because of the great sex. Well, I got to tell you something. I, David Wygant, personally do swear that I will not have sex with any woman until I know I want to be with her. I've been on this path for a while. I had one slip up. That's okay. We can slip up because slippery slip-ups are fine. Today I've got my friend Larry Michael because I'm really dedicating this week to a little bit of love, a little bit of romance. It's great. We had Easter. I went to my first. Larry, you'll enjoy this. The Jew went to his first Easter Sunday sermon. How do you like that? Huh?
Wow.
I know, right? I went to an Easter Sunday sermon with somebody amazing, and it was really cool. The messaging was great. I didn't feel like the lost Jew on the canoe. I felt okay there. So Larry, from the physical sexual response type whisperer to you and your dog, what exactly is a blueprint of love? I mean, you know it because you've been doing this for a long, long time with your company and everything else. And why are people kind of finding love like they're basically shooting bullets out of a gun and hoping something hits? Larry, take off with this because enlighten my listeners today and tell them why they are all doing this love game so bleeping wrong.
Oh my God, David, we can go down such a big rabbit hole with this one. I would say probably the primary reason why people are doing love wrong is they go into it with a whole set of really messed up belief systems and a whole bunch of experiences from the past that they're just not out of yet. They had one relationship didn't work or another relationship didn't work, and so then they'll believe all relationships are going to be the same way. And when they meet someone for the first time, they're not even looking at them. They're just coming in with all their stories and all their crap. And I think that's the biggest obstacle to love working these days. People expect and want, and they expect people to be exactly like them, or they're fearful that they're going to get what they got in the past, and so they're totally focusing on what they don't want. They just attract it again. And basically, you got no chance. I mean, it's like speed dating is one of the most hilarious things to me ever, David, because people go in, they sit across from someone, and they look at them and they go, well, are you all those things that I don't want to have happen because I had it happen in the past and I just didn't like it? And you know, in no way is the person across the table even being seen.
Well, you know, Larry, it's the same thing as bumbling and Tindering.
My God. Yeah.
You know, nobody's seeing anybody. You know, the fact of the matter is everybody's going in with some type of ridiculous story that really doesn't make any sense anymore. And you know, it's interesting. I said something to somebody the other night. I said, I don't have any stories left. I know my stories. I don't have a romance story from the past haunting me. I've put to bed every single woman I've ever, you like that? Put to bed, right? I put to bed every single woman I've ever been with. You know, some of them I have warmer feelings for. Some of them I have feelings of really, why didn't I see the signs? But all of them were there for me at the time of my life that I had to have them into my life, the lessons that I called them in for, and I'm in full gratitude for every single woman that I've ever dated. So for any of you who are listening right now and you have any little bit of anger towards me left, please lose it because I'm not angry at you at all anymore. I thank you for coming into my life. I thank you for the gifts that we shared. I thank you for the lessons. My Love Blueprint, which, by the way, is a course that I am releasing on Thursday, which is today. I am releasing it, and it's really a culmination of everything I've ever done, you know, all the conversations that you and I have had late night and everything else, because my blueprint is my future thinking. I'm present with an intent for the future, which means that every woman that comes into my life, I see them for exactly who they are, what they're all about, and I have no stories or anger towards them at all from what anybody else has ever done me wrong. Because Nobody's ever done you wrong. You've just done yourself wrong by allowing yourself to stay in anger zone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The key here, and I love what you're saying, you're just basically doing what we all need to do, which is take responsibility for what shows up in our lives. We invite it in. We invite in every single relationship, every single experience we have. And so when something happens to us and it seems to be catastrophic, the question is, well, why me? Why now? What did I need to learn? And why did I bring this into my life? And, if you stop and you ask those questions and you take responsibility for what shows up in your life, then you're looking deeper into how to really be more loving and caring and compassionate. Because the reality is, David, what you've done is by just being in gratitude for all these other relationships, is you've now made it possible for you to meet someone and actually discover who they are based on who they are and not what you want them to be. And here's the challenge, is that once you get to that point, now it becomes really obvious whether the person you're meeting is truly who they want to be, or are they in that place where they think that they need to show up a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, respond a certain way, and you don't even get a chance to find out who they are because they don't frickin' know.
Well, yeah, and it's so interesting because I am, and it feels really good. And you notice I use the powerful statement, I am. I am fully present to the person standing in front of me right now. I am fully present to everything that's in my life. Why and how? I love that statement of why me, why now? Because the fact is, when you are so open to people, I see people for who they are. It's no different than when you and I first met at that party years ago. I had no expectations that this man would be one of my best friends for the rest of my life. I just showed up as a why me, why now? We were both sitting at this house. We both couldn't stand what was going on up above. We basically went into the basement. We sat around. We talked till the wee hours of the morning. And I left with one of my best friendships ever. No expectations at all, allowed it to blossom. It's the same way that we should really be dating. Because when I look at a woman right now, the only reason why I'm looking at her and the only reason why I'm going out with her is because I think she's fucking hot. Now, the next question is, does she become hotter, more beautiful, sexy? As each layer peels in front of me, is she literally blossoming in front of me? Can I see the little girl? Can I see the sexy vixen? Can I see the woman? Can I see the inquisitive woman? Can I see, all the different levels of her? And every single time after I leave a person that I am dating, I will literally look and say to myself, what did I learn today? And how do I feel about this person in front of me? And if somebody is consistently great getting closer to me, or I'm feeling more of them, I'm in the feeling side of my blueprint instead of the mental side of the blueprint. And that's something that, I talk about strictly in the love blueprint, is that you have to get out of mental and you have to start getting into emotional core and not being afraid of vulnerability and authenticity.
Oh, that's absolutely it. So this blueprint you're talking about, David, because you and I haven't had a chance to really talk about this much at length, but I'm guessing that it's really not a blueprint of what you want the other person to be as much as a blueprint of what you want in your life and who you are and how you want to show up, so that when you do meet someone, you can be really discerning and go, yep, nope, that's not what I'm interested in, or, oh my God, that is so much in line with how I want to show up and how I want to love.
Well, yes, 100% right. Because when you are not afraid of your own blueprint, which most people are afraid of their own blueprint, you're going to communicate it not only through words, but actions and heartfelt moments with that person. You're going to allow them to see you because the representative doesn't need to show up anymore because you're out of story, you're out of the past, and you're in pure, incredible, what I would call vulnerability, authenticity, but gratitude. Because when you're in gratitude, the other person is just seeing and they can make an evaluation, and that's all you can do. All you can do is show up as yourself, because if you truly want a real love relationship, then you have to show up as yourself. You can't pull the wool over your own eyes anymore. And I think that's what people do. They're constantly pulling the wool over their own eyes, and they're not paying attention to who they are and what they're showing up. And to me, You know me, Larry. I've always had beautiful women come in and out of my life. It's like a revolving door. But it's not what I want anymore. I want one beautiful woman to stick around in my life. So if that means that I have to go through 100 more, then that's it. That's fine with me. It doesn't make a difference because abundance says love is out there every single day for us to literally get, achieve, and bring in.
Absolutely. I mean, what you've said is undeniable, David. I think that the biggest challenge that I see is that people, women, men, I know I've been in this place where I'm really not feeling worthy, or I'm feeling somehow broken, or I'm still holding on to some resentment or guilt. Basically, I've got some kind of really fucked up story that I'm still holding on to, and it gets in the way of me being able to be that completely loving soul. I have people ask me all the time, what dating site should I go to? How do I do this? How should I do that? And I said, you know what? If you really love yourself and you're really like in flow with who you are and how you want to live, you're going to have people lining up. Your biggest challenge is going to be to see them when they show up, because they're going to be all around you. They're going to be attracted to you. They're going to be surrounding you. You go to a grocery store, you go to the post office, you drive down the street. It's like you're going to be a magnet to that person that really best fits into the life that you want to live, because you're going to know what it is, because you love yourself.
Well, it's funny, Larry. The other day I went out with somebody and she handed me her number. It was number 7,621. And I looked at her and I said, damn, that must have been a long wait. Remember the numbers you get at the grocery stores? Ba-bum-bum. Anyway, for those of you who don't get that joke, hey, Larry, you've got something. You got a free gift for people, okay, which I think do, because this is a 10-minute daily reality check. You and I can talk a long time, and we'll bring Larry back as a guest on a regular basis, one of my best friends in the whole wide world. Larry's going to tell you where you can get this free gift. The Love Blueprint is out right now. You need to go to my website, davidwygant.com, and literally subscribe to the newsletter, and you can get a discount for it if you subscribe. Anyway, Larry calls me something very interesting. I am the only human being around that is the physical sexual response whisperer and the figurative talking style whisperer. I am the only one who can go against my grain and date and have great relationships with anybody, because I am a master communicator and not a master mental baiter. So, Larry, where can they find this great report, man? Tell them a little bit about the report, where they can get the free one, okay?
Well, what they're going to get, their free report that they can get, is called a personal energetic profile. And it is going to tell you what you are energetically. And it's like, what the hell is that? Okay. It's a typology, but it's going to tell you about the way you show up at an energetic level. That's your blueprint. It's like your blood type. And when you know what this is, and you really pay attention to it, and you allow yourself to be in the flow of this information, this is when you start to realize, wow, I've been in like this crazy story, and I can get out of that instantly. You get it at the4answers.com, and that's spelled out THEFOUR, answers, ANSWERS.com. And you go to the product section, and you're going to see a thing there that's called Personal Energetic Profile. And we put this up just so that you can get this, so your audience can get this, and it's there now. It's a free report, and it's going to tell you what you are energetically. And it'll go into depth about how you communicate, how you process information, your relationship to money, your relationship to sex. It's going to tell you about chemistry. It's like who you really are going to go gaga crazy over, and whether that's a good idea or not. And then it's going to give you some other insights that I can tell you that, well, for David and I, we both have stories, but they're life-changing. They're life-changing because they get you out of your own personal crap. The things that have held you back, you get to turn around and look at it and go, wow, you know what? I thought there was something wrong with me, but I love that about me. So, David, you said this to me years ago when you talked about, your book, Naked. I love that one. It's like, when you stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself with all your imperfections and go, I love you. I really love you. And we got to be able to do that. And this report, this genetic energetics that we're going to introduce you to is one of the things that's massively powerful in helping you be able to love yourself to the degree that you deserve to love yourself, so you can draw in that person that fits your blueprint.
Perfect. Grab one, because you know, and I know that I fully believe in it. And I think it's one of the greatest things ever. I use it as tools because I like to understand everybody I'm with. And the fact of the matter is, when you understand yourself in love, you will understand them in love. Anyway, another show tomorrow at, well, what do we call the 10-minute daily reality check? It's self-help that doesn't suck. Tomorrow's not going to suck. I promise it's going to be another great fucking wake-up call and wake-up day. Anyway, do me a favor. Spread this podcast all over the place. Yeah, that's right. Spread it on social media. Spread it on your bagel in the morning if you're from New York. Spread it wherever you want to spread it, and tell me what you feel. Also, if you got some ideas you want to share and you want something I want to rant and rave about, well, just send it to me, david@davidwygant.com. You know where I am. Larry, thanks for having, and thanks for being.
You're so welcome, David. Thanks for you do. I love this.